Okay, so I'm streaming. Can you watch that so I can show you or not right now? You can. So this is the guy that was super uber famous and like Brecky Hill dated. Did you delete all the videos of him and Brecky Hill? That would be funny though. If they're still on his channel, bro.
"10 grams of protein per serving and no added sugar. Quaker, bring out the good."
Town Hall 18 is the new Clash of Clans update. Let's show you gameplay of the new Town plus something else. Let's begin. Town Hall 18 is the new Clash of Clans update. Let's show you gameplay of the new Town Hall Guardians, as well as the new troop and defense levels, plus something else. Let's begin by upgrading to Town Hall 18. This will cost 25 million gold with a 14-day upgrade, but you can't preview the Town Hall from the upgrade screen. You will find out why once you do it yourself, but this is now our first look at the finished Town Hall 18. When you first get to a new Town Hall level, you get the Town Hall boosts. So the power boost, for example, will be great for all of the new troop and spell levels we're going to go over. However, you can notice that there is something on top of the Town Hall. As we press this, it will direct us to the Guardians menu. Guardians defend your... As we press this, it will direct us to the Guardians menu. Guardians defend your village when attacked, each in their own unique way. And let me tell you, they are powerful. Select and upgrade Guardians. You can switch between them anytime. Guardians cannot defend while upgrading. Choose a free Guardian to defend. Now, that is true when it comes to multiplayer attacks. However, Guardians can defend your village whilst they're upgrading in war and ranked mode. That aside, let's take a look at the two Guardians on offer, Longshot and Smasher. I'm going to go over them both individually, so let's start with the Longshot, which you might have guessed is a ranged Guardian. It is very clear to see we have the Longshot selected. It is easy to swap across to the Smasher Guardian, but before I go over the stats backing out of this menu momentarily, you can notice the range of each Guardian by selecting the Town Hall. So the Longshot Guardian has a much greater range than that of the Smasher Guardian. What about the Town Hall? Well, it is no longer a defense. The Guardians patrolling the Town Hall are the defense. So any troops that are defense targeting will not go for the Town Hall. Equally, the Inferno Artillery and the Poison Blasts will no longer be a thing at Town Hall 18. But let's go over the stats of each of the Guardians specifically before I go through their mechanics. Starting with the Longshot, it doesn't have as many hit points or deal as much damage as the Smasher Guardian, but it does have that greater range, and it deals damage when destroyed. Kind of like a mini Giga Bomb back with the Town Hall. As I've been upgrading these, you've noticed the cost and time scaling up over from 18 million elixir and 7 days at level 1 up to 28 million elixir and 13 days for the maximum level of level 5. As you are upgrading a Guardian, you can notice the red box around it indicating that you cannot use it to defend. Again, the previous level will be used in wars or ranked mode. However, you can also notice that it is a book of fighting that would be required. This is because these act as troops, not heroes, but they do require a builder to upgrade. Should you wish, you can upgrade them both at the same time. It does not matter. Focusing in on the Smasher Guardian though, it has greater hit points and deals more damage. It just has that shorter range, and it does have an interesting mechanic. You might have noticed though, the cost and time to upgrade the Smasher is the same as the Longshot. These do not factor in any Gold Pass discounts, which if you are making any purchases to accelerate your Town Hall 18 progress, remember you can support a creator beforehand by pressing the C and entering their code. My code is Judo and it is much appreciated. You can also do this on the Supercell store, where you can earn extra items such as gems for your purchases. It's the same price as in-game, you just get that little bonus. Whilst the Longshot Guardian had the damage when destroyed, similar to the Giga Bomb, the Smasher has two benefits, I would say. Firstly, if the Town Hall is destroyed, it rages out and gets a damage increase of 60. You can already notice at maximum level, it has 16,000 hit points. This is greater than a max level Golem or the Barbarian King. It deals 700 damage per second, almost the damage of the Archer Queen, and it would be greater than that with this damage increase. On top of that, when the Smasher Guardian is destroyed, it will leave behind a rage spell, similar to a Super Valkyrie, so that it can boost any of the defenses, heroes, clan castle troops within the area. Now, there are mechanics that apply to both of the Guardians. This gets a bit technical in my opinion, because they're very strong. They both provide splash damage. It's not going to be as bad as the multiple beams of the Inferno Artillery, but the only spell that is effective versus them is the freeze spell. Even though they look like defending heroes, they are not. So the Headhunters will not target the Guardians, but the Poison Lizard will be effective versus the Guardians. But the poison spell does not work against the Guardians. They are immune to the poison spell, which if you ask me, they shouldn't be. I think that's counterproductive. Maybe they found it was just too powerful against them, but I think a lot of players will be putting a poison there expecting it to work. Nevertheless, there are a couple of other ways to slow them down alongside the freeze spell. The frozen arrow from the Archer Queen is effective versus the Guardians, and Frosty itself, not the Frost Mites because they target defenses, but the actual attack from Frosty will slow the Guardians down. Now, whilst I showed you the range of the Guardians earlier, remember this is their patrol area. So the Longshot Guardian can identify troops from a longer range. It will jump down from the Town Hall, and it will engage those troops from a distance. Whilst the Smasher Guardian has way more hit points and damage, it has that shorter patrol range, meaning it's not going to see the troops until they're much closer. And also, when it jumps down from the Town Hall, it actually has to move across and engage those troops in order to do its melee attack. So that's why it provides so much higher damage. Yes, they seem powerful, but with that said, let's take a look at the new troop and spell levels to try and counter them. Obviously, there are other things around the base getting upgraded as well, but focusing on the lab first, you will have to upgrade it to 27 million elixir with 16 days. Remember, the Town Hall boost is connected to the Town Hall level, not the lab now, so you will be able to take advantage of that, but the lab should be a high priority upgrade. Heading inside though, the new troops that will be getting a level include the Giant. For each of the upgrades, I will be sure to show you the stat screen so you can see the incremental jump that each of these troops get. Remember, any of the troops that have a super troop variant, so the Super Giant for example, will also get that extra level. So you notice the Wall Breaker and therefore the Super Wall Breaker getting upgraded as well, just making things that bit easier to get into the base. It's quite nice that the upgrade screens show the video of the troops so you can see the new aesthetics of the upgrade as well. The Wizard getting a nice new cloak. Whilst we did see a Blizzard attack in the World Championships, I'm not sure the Super Wizards will make a massive return, but they get that level as well. The Healer upgraded to level 11 is a welcomed change from me. I love the blue cosmic vibe for all of these troops. Now, the healing onto troops only gets an extra 2 heal, but onto heroes, it gets an extra 10. So Queen charges and Warden charges, definitely a benefit from this one. The P.E.K.K.A. gets a nice boost in hit points and damage per second. Definitely useful if you use the Siege Barracks, where you have 2 of these entering the base. And whilst we haven't seen this a lot recently, the Miner gets that extra level as well. Clearly, the cost and upgrade time for each of these levels are highlighted on the different stat screens as well. I'm just not going over them specifically. Everybody's favorite, the Electro Dragon, gets upgraded to level 9 this one looks so amazing, but you will have to upgrade your elixir storage should you want to perform this upgrade, because it is 30 million elixir, so more than what we could house at Town Hall 17. This is exactly the same when it comes to the Dragon Rider, upgraded to level 6, getting the extra hit points, damage per second, and damage when destroyed. With any of these troops, it really comes down to what strategy you use as to the order that you would upgrade them. Should you be a player that likes the deep Royal Champion charge into Dragon Rider attacks, clearly this is what you'd want to go for first. Do not sleep on the Thrower. It was a good troop at Town Hall 17, just overshadowed by a couple of stronger ones. Onto spells, should you use a Zap Lightning approach, or combining this with the Giant Arrows, Lightning spell does get that 40 extra damage per spell. And for more of those mass style attacks, the Healing spell gets an extra level as well. Much like you've seen with the Healer, there are different stats for the troop healing and the hero healing. Whilst there is a new Poison spell level, I personally take this in my clan castle, so I won't need to upgrade this for a little while with those clan perks, but those are the stats for you. Haste spell, equally not really used in the meta, but this level interestingly increases the radius of the spell by a tile. The bat spell also gets an extra level. Good to see that it gets 2 extra bats this time. For level 7, we only had 1 extra bat, but with the amount of splash around the base, still not sure if it will be viable. Couple more upgrades left in the laboratory. First, we have the Minion. Remember, this will connect across to the Super Minion. Now, that might be good if you use it in your clan castle on offense. Remember that some troops, the Super Minion being one of them, is nerfed on defense, where it doesn't have as many long shots. The Bowler finally hits double digits, level 10. I was never a big fan of the Super Bowler attack strategy, but obviously that gets the extra level as well, and the stats you've seen on your screen. The Wall Wrecker is the final unit that you will be able to upgrade in the laboratory. Let's actually knock out the other offensive-based things here for you. Obviously, we can upgrade the barracks in order to unlock the new troop. It is the Meteor Golem, which was a temporary troop. It is now permanent. I'll briefly go over that in a moment. You can actually perform this upgrade at Town Hall 17. Also, I've had the upgrade stats on your screen. The first 2 levels are for Town Hall 17, and the 3rd level is for Town Hall 18. Interestingly, there is a new spell factory level. This costs 24 million elixir to upgrade, with 13 days required. You will have to come back tomorrow to see what this new level brews up. We do only have a small percentage of viewers subscribed to the channel, so if you enjoy my Clash of Clans content, I would recommend doing so. But we also have new levels to the Pet House and the Hero Hall. Now, the Hero Hall, I would upgrade this first, because remember, you cannot upgrade any of your heroes until they meet the required Hero Hall levels. So a little bit frustrating, but these new hero levels will require you to upgrade the Hero Hall, which takes 13 days and 12 hours. I'll try to have the stat increments for the different levels on your screen across this section, but remember that for each hero level, the stat increase is minimal, especially when now the Barbarian King and Queen are going up to level 105. Clearly, now that we have 5 heroes, there are extra levels. The Grand Warden is still elixir to upgrade, but with the Minion Prince, it means you have 4 Dark Elixir heroes, each one of them costing more than 2 million Dark Elixir to increase the 5 extra levels. So over 8 million for all of these hero levels. Again, any of the upgrade cost and times you see in this video are without the Gold Pass perks. So should you have that, you'd have things 20% cheaper and quicker. If you thought you were done with Dark Elixir though, then you are wrong, because there is a pet getting a new level as well. You don't have to upgrade the pet house, but within there we have the Poison Lizard that can be upgraded from level 10 up to level 15. I would personally focus on upgrading heroes first, but with the Poison Lizard impacting Guardians, maybe we will see that used a little bit more at Town Hall 18. There is a new level to the Clan Castle. I would upgrade this as a priority, because you can take a 4th
Lock in your monthly rate for life with TDS 1 gig fiber internet for just $69.99 a month. That's one all-in monthly
spell slot on offense. Whilst clearly this doesn't help with your defense very much, you get some hit point boosts, it does mean you're not forced to take a single spell housing space into the Clan Castle. You could take 2 rage spells if you wish. Whilst there's always so much to focus on with a new Town Hall level, the storages are also high on that priority list so that you can house more loot, afford some of those upgrades. Remember, the gold and elixir storages though, you would have 4 of each of these, and they are 12 days per. So you would have 4 of each of these, and they are 12 days per upgrade. What I probably would not prioritize, particularly if you're an active player, is all of the collector upgrades, because you have new levels for the gold mines, elixir collectors, and dark elixir drills. And as you've seen, that levels for the gold mines, elixir collectors, and dark elixir drills. And as you've seen, that also includes new supercharge levels for those buildings, which clearly I wouldn't do any of the superchargers until you've finished the permanent upgrades. Moving to the defenses, you can build 1 extra wizard tower. Clearly this starts at level 1, but you can upgrade it all the way to the current maximum of 17. That is because, as we're going to get to, there is a new super that is because, as we're going to get to, there is a new Super Wizard Tower. Let's stick to the defensive upgrades first, though. There are 5 different types. Firstly, the air defense. I will be honest, I like the aesthetics of a lot of the buildings around the base. The air defense does look like a little bit of a downgrade, though. However, moving along, we have the multi-gear tower. This can be upgraded to level 3, giving you an extra 150 hit points and 20 damage if it is in its ranged mode. And in the cannon mode, you get an extra 12 damage per second and 4 damage per hit. As with all of the defenses getting a new level, they also have 2 extra supercharge levels now that they are at the new maximum. Next up, 2 more merged defenses. Firstly, the multi-archer tower, getting an extra 100 hit points and 6 damage per second. And then, like I mentioned, you have those supercharge levels afterwards as well. Again, super important though, before you get to those, just do the regular upgrades. So the ricochet cannon going up to level 4. To be honest, with these past couple of defenses, you could upgrade them interchangeably. They are all extremely powerful. But last on the list, them interchangeably. They are all extremely powerful. But last on the list is the bomb tower to level 13. I say that because the other defenses are just more powerful, so prioritize those first. However, the bomb tower, as you can see, gets those extra stats at level 13 and gets the half level increments with the superchargers. Finally, there are a couple of traps that get new levels. The air bombs might be one that you want to prioritize to try and wipe out a group of healers early, because remember, you have multiple air bombs around the base to upgrade. 15 million gold with 9 days for each of these, providing that extra damage. The spring trap, after that recent rework, does get an extra level, 100 damage for level 13. Next up, the skeleton trap, mainly used to distract troops. However, this upgrade actually brings the skeleton level to level 2, so it gets extra hit points and more damage per second. Finally, all of the regular bombs around the base go up to level 14, providing an extra 15 damage, taking the total up to 200. With the traps as well, they still have that Town Hall 18 vibe, but a bit more subtle in the aesthetics. We then do have extra levels to the walls, naturally, and it is 10 million gold or elixir per wall upgrade. Taking us up to level 19, again matching the theme for this town hall. Shifting us back across to the barracks then, let's go over the new troop, and then we have the Super Wizard Tower. Barracks then, let's go over the new troop, and then we have the Super Wizard Tower, so even more defenses to go over. For the Meteor Golem troop, it is stronger than what we've seen of it in the Halloween event. It is 40 housing space though, 19,000 hit points, so far greater than that of the regular golem, and it also deals 650 damage, so again far greater than the regular golem. The difference, however, is that the Meteor Golem will target any building. It can split itself into 2 meteormites in order to throw one of them over the wall, and then when it is in the meteormite form, it can jump over walls itself. This essentially splits the hit points and damage between the two, meaning it is technically a little bit more susceptible to splash damage, but then it can reform into the regular Meteor Golem after that as well. It will essentially continue to do this process over and over, and whilst you can clone the meteormites, you can't have them form back into regular Meteor Golems. Back with the Halloween event, you could kind of use this as a smash style attack, which I still think you can, but it's not the greatest because there's just other alternatives out there. It's not like this really shines as a smash attack. I think it's equally good at supporting hero dives so that you can add some extra damage. However, the downside of using it over the regular golem is that the regular golem will be out in front of your hero tanking because it is defense targeting. So you do have to be a little bit careful on that front. With the boosted stats though, I'll be interested to see what use cases are developed once the update is live. With this sneak peek as well, actually, there are a couple of gameplay and economy changes. Good to see some reductions at Town Hall 17 and a nerf to the minion prince on defense, but not on offense due to the reduced hit points being moved into equipment, which only applies on offense. Finally, we move to the new defense of the Super Wizard on offense. Finally, we move to the new defense of the Super Wizard Tower. You can build 2 of these. 29 million gold, so you will have to have upgraded your gold storages to have enough. 13 days for this, and it does require you to merge 2 level 17 wizard towers. So once you start this process, just like any merge, you cannot undo it. Your 2 wizard towers are gone, and you have to then wait out the time for the super wizard tower to be built. This is why we had the addition of the extra wizard tower, because previously we only had 5 around the base. Now that we have 6, presumably like next town hall level, we might see another super wizard tower. But taking a look at the Super Wizard Tower, it certainly looks different. You can upgrade this to level 2 as well for some extra hit points and damage per second. Yes, you can also supercharge the Super Wizard Tower, again, to provide that little bit extra damage per second and hit points. It does have an extra tile in range than the regular Wizard Tower, which previously only had a 7 tile range. However, the Super Wizard Tower also has significantly more hit points, almost twice as much. Makes sense when you've merged 2 of them, but more than double the damage per second. However, mechanically, it works exactly like a Super Wizard. The previous Wizard Tower would deal splash the way a regular wizard works. The super wizard will actually chain through targets. So whilst it says the damage type is single target, that is because it will fire at a singular target, but then it can chain to up to 10 other targets. So it can hit 11 units in total. Now, it does appear that the units the chain goes to have to be within around a 4-tile range of that initial target, and it's not like it can chain from one to another target that is then 4 tiles away, etc., to make up like 40 tiles. They have to all be within that approximate 4-tile range, and much like the regular super wizard, the chained damage is diminished. So the damage per shot on the initial target of a maxed super wizard tower is 416. However, any chained damage is 166, so only 40% of that initial damage. For low hit point units though, such as a bunch of skeletons in a mass witch attack, the super wizard tower will be able to fry through them extremely quickly. Subscribe to see tomorrow's sneak peek. Thank you for using code Judo before purchases. It helps me to bring the best possible Clash of
You